It's PVS the tutor. Welcome to this video as I look at 2019 biology part 1. So this is my part 1 by PVS the tutor. So let's go. Question 1. Elena was walking along a road when she saw an object under a tree. When the learner touched the object, it rolled over and divided into two. Which characteristics of organisms did the object show? So, the first thing is that the learner touched the object. Let's say this is the object. Then you touch it. There's sensitivity there. Alright? There's what? Irritability, also known as sensitivity. It has felt something. So the object has felt something. Then it rose. So there is the touching of the object here, which is sensitivity or irritability. Then there's rolling over, which is known as movement. Then there's division, which is reproduction. So from what I've said so far, you can tell that the answer here is D. Which of the following correctly lists the path followed by a light beam from the mirror of a viewer to a viewer of the specimen under a microscope? Now I know that a microscope is something which is like this. So I'll just draw something simple to help you. Something simple to help you. Okay, yeah, something like that. Now we know that what we have here is, that's where the eye is, right? That's why the eye is, and you are viewing direct. Now they're saying which one is correct. They're saying beam from the mirror. So the mirror is here. This is where the mirror is. So light when coming, it will hit there, then it will pass like that. Sorry, forgot about that. Then light will pass like that. From the mirror, it will go through. So from the mirror to go through the specimen. That's why you put, this is a stage. That's why you put your specimen there. And as it passes there, it goes through the objective lens here. And the barrel is what holds this. This is a barrel, also known as the supporter for these two lenses. Then up to the eyepiece. So the answer is A. Then the diagram below shows a section through a leaf. Which structure is an organ and which one is a tissue? Now you know that the leaf itself is an organ. So O of P is an organ. Now what is a tissue? A tissue is made up of a lot of cells. Alright? A tissue is made up of what? A number of what? Of cells. Now when look at this, is a cell and it's a cell. So whether there are two cells or more than two cells, it's known as a tissue. So R becomes the tissue, and our answer there becomes A. Question 4. The table below shows conditions in 4 test tubes containing equal quantities of starch and salivary amylase. In which test tube would starch be broken down fastest? Now you need to know that starch, it's a mouth-based enzyme. Not only mouth, but it's an alkaline. It needs in an alkaline pH, and the fastest here. Now let's go. When we look at test tube 1, 2, and 3, and 4, we look at the pH. This is acidic, so it can't work here. This is acidic. Anything from 0 to 6, somewhere there, it's acidic. 7 is neutral, bit alkaline. Then 7 to 14, 8 to 14, mainly that's alkaline. So 3 and 4 at a higher advantage, but looking at the temperature, look at the temperature. Enzymes work best at 37 degrees Celsius. Let me say between 36.5 and 37 degrees Celsius. Enzymes So we look at 4. 4 has got a good pH value and a good temperature. 3 has got a good pH, but the temperature is too low. The enzymes are not active. So the answer is D. The table below shows some of the nutrients in 4 meals. Which meal will be the most likely to stimulate peristalsis along the alimentary canal? Now, in terms of peristalsis, you need lavage. No other things are needed here. The only thing that you need is a lot of lavage. That's all in terms of peristalsis. Here has got a lot of it. And the answer is C. Which of the following deficiency diseases result from consuming foods that lack iodine? If you are eating food which has got no enough iodine, what are you likely to suffer from? That's what they are asking for. You're likely to suffer from goiter. Which macronutrient stimulates growth of flowers and fruits in plants? Plant flowering is mainly accompanied by the nutrient known as potassium. It aids the flowering of plants in most types of plants, such as these plants that undergo pollination. And the answer there is D. The diagram shows a variegated leaf, partly covered as shown. The leaf was exposed to light for 4 hours and then tested for starch, which lesions will turn blue-black. Now know that blue-black, it shows that starch is available. Now when we look at 1 and 2. 1 and 2, it's white, but when we look at 2 is green. Now here's the wall. That means light is passing through. It's not touching any part. So light is passing through there. And this is black. Right. So black is a good absorber of light. That's what we know. Okay. So 2 is green. Right. And green is going to have starch. That's a fact. Now, when look at this part, there's a hole on the paper. That means light is reaching that part down there. But again, there's black here. All right, black is a good absorber of what? Of heat. So because of there's a hole here, that means this light is hitting the leaf direct. So the answer will be C. The following is the dental formula of a dog. Incisors, canine, premolars, and molars. How many incisors are on the mouth of this dog? Now I know that for dental formula, let me just do this. You have teeth up there, okay, and we have teeth down here. Now, what we've been given here is just half of this side. What I've shaded this side, what have divided the mouth into 2 equal parts. We've just been given this side and the down part. This side we haven't been given. Now they're saying how many incisors. They want how many incisors are in the mouth. Now, with this half, this side half, let me use a different ink. This side half, I've just picked this side. I could have picked any side. So, just a minute. So, incisors, on top here, half this side, you've been given 3. And down here, you've been given what? 3. Now, they're saying how many are in the whole mouth. That means even this side you have 3, even this side you have what? 3. Now, 3 plus 3, 6, plus 6 this side, which is 12. The diagram shows part of the human digestive system. What digestive juice flows through the part labeled Q? Now look at the part labeled Q. The part labeled Q, this comes from the pancreas, right? This comes from what? From the pancreas. And the pancreas releases what we call the pancreatic juice. Which of the following can be caused by excessive drinking of alcohol? Excessive intake of alcohol in the stomach, here, not in the stomach, sorry, in the liver. It causes what we call cirrhosis. So, excessive drinking of alcohol, we said this is cirrhosis. You can just bear witness with me on that. Okay. Question 12. What happens to the floor of the mouth and operculum during inspiration in fish? Now, during inspiration, the fish is taking in what? Water. So, water is entering. Water is entering the fish. So, the first thing is the mouth must be open. It's open, it's open. We cancel this and we cancel that. What else? How is the floor of mouth? The floor of mouth, we're talking about that lower part of the mouth. The fish is like this. It has got something which is lower here. How is it? Is it going up or it's coming down? Okay, it has to be lowered. All right, it has to be down, not up. Then the operculum is closed. Why is the operculum closed? It is closed because water that doesn't have to come out, because water is containing oxygen. So that is the answer A. 4 flasks were sterilized and set up as shown. Now, sterilization, that means there's chlorine. Which flask will contain most alcohol after several hours? Now, look at yeast and water. For formation of alcohol, you don't need on these two. You need yeast, water, and sugar. So just go where you have yeast, sugar, and water. So this is out, this is out. So yeast and sugar at 4 degrees. Now look at the temperature. This is very low. The enzymes are not active. Then look at this. The enzymes are active. That at least the temperature is favorable, and the sugar and yeast are variable. So the answer here is D. Children under 5 years receive immunization against measles. What type of immunity do they develop after an injection against measles? Now, immunization is it's active immunity. It's active because you are receiving the dosage direct and they are being introduced in the natural occurring what? Antibodies. So the antibodies are being introduced in the body directly. And that's what we call the active natural type of immunity. How is the rate of transpiration affected by decreasing temperature and light intensity? Now, when you decrease the temperature and you also decrease light intensity, the rate of transpiration is low. So it's slower at both disadvantages. The diagram shows some cells from the mammalian blood. Which of the above cells break down pathogens? Now, breaking down of pathogens means they are digesting or engulfing pathogens. This can't work because look at the nucleus, and this also cannot work. These are platelets. But look at the structure of this. The structure of this, it's for a phagocyte, and the phagocyte, it does engulf or break down or digest bacteria. The diagram shows a longitudinal section through the heart. Now it says, which of the valves 1, 2, 3, and 4 are closed, and which ones are open during atrial systole? So systole is the contraction of the heart muscles. So when the heart is contracted, that means it's pumping blood now up to all parts of the body. So now what happens? Valve 1 and 2. So blood is coming out like that. So valve 1 must close. So if valve 1 is closed, it's preventing the backflow of blood into this chamber of the heart, which is the right atrium. 2 should also close. Why should 2 close? Because as blood is coming out of here, this must close to prevent the backflow of blood this side, while this one is also closed. That means 4 must open, even 3 must open, because blood is coming in now to go out. So the answer there is B. The diagram shows the human excretory system, also known as the urinary system. Now it says, what is the function of the part labeled X? The part labeled X, you can say that is a brother. Now, what's the function? It is to store urine. Sometimes they will say to store urine, and sometimes they'll say to store urine temporarily. If there are these two options, the best option to go at is to store urine temporarily. How does the skin maintain the body temperature? At 37 degrees Celsius, when a person moves from a hot environment to a cold environment. So now you are in a cold environment. How does the skin now maintain the body temperature to make sure that you don't lose too much heat? Arteries in the skin constrict. Why is there constriction? Constriction allows less blood to flow in the blood vessels. Hence, remember, blood carries heat. So when there's small amount of blood passing through the arteries, that means less heat is being lost. If the arteries dilate, which is B, more blood is flowing, that means more heat is lost. Hairs on the skin lie flat. No, when the hairs on the skin lie flat, let's say these are my skin, they are lying flat, they can't trap the shield of hair here. They can't trap it. So what happens? There's heat being lost. Skin produces sweat. Sweat contains heat. So the answer here is A. The diagram below, the diagram shows a reflex arc. Now we know that a reflex arc is a path taken by an electrical impulse as it is coming from the receptor, the sensory, it is. Which one of the following is the correct sequence in the flow of an electric impulse? So like I was saying, this is the receptor. So from there, how does it flow? So from the receptor, there's a sensory neuron, there's a relay neuron, then there's a motor neuron. That's the last part. So from the receptor here, it follows the sensory neuron, which is the P part. So P has to start first. Then from there, we have the sensory neuron, which is R. So this is a receptor. Then we have the sensory neuron, which is R. Then from the sensory neuron, we have the relay neuron, which is S. So S is the relay neuron. This is the sensory neuron. This is the receptor. Wow. This is the effector. Or like the muscle. So it's PRSQ. So thanks so much for watching. I'm previous tutor. I'll see you in the next video for part 2 biology revision multiple choice. I hope you enjoyed this video and stick to studying. Remember, studying makes the best out of the best. See you.